साहब, क्या हाल है आपके? ठीक है?
My name is Haris Sinha and I'm from Lahore. As I'm a medical student, so I would like to ask you a question relating to my subject also.
Right.
There is a very controversial topic nowadays in papers and in discussions in the Western world. Yesterday you answered one of the questions regarding the trust check of life towards God that confuses and contradicts a little towards with reference to the indication of
इधर मुँह करेगा इसका, जो सवाल किया करें तो इधर शुरू कर दिया करें। और हैं? अभी चला है? अच्छा।
The mention of trustship of life, which you mentioned in answering to a previous question yesterday, contradicts a little towards the subject of indications of abortion in medical world.
I can't follow this because your voice is so.
Well, I would like to make it simple then.
I tell you what, come here and let me know what you're talking about. Because from there I can't follow, the loudspeaker is not working properly. Up time.
Does Islam permit abortion?
Number one, I can. Number two?
And if Islam permits abortion, then at what stage?
I understand.
Both in the cases of married women.
I understand. Yes.
And the second question is relating to we have to convince some non-Muslims about giving them the reasons why we don't like to eat pork. Like in alcohol, we know what are the side effects.
Okay.
We have to go to
The questions are three, in fact. Number one, is abortion permissible in Islam? Number two, if so, at what stage or till what stage? And number three, why we're not permitted to eat pork? On all these issues, I have spoken at length, in depth, repeatedly, in so many question-answer sessions. So it's better to have access to those cassettes which are available. Should be available here as well. Cassettes जो थी इन subjects पे हैं ना available. So instead of my going on repeating answers to these, if you're interested, you can share those cassettes, and I think inshallah you will be able to satisfy the query from your non-Muslim friends. Right? Yes, please. From there. First let me know what you want to ask from there. Because from there I won't be able to understand it. That also I have repeatedly answered, but all right, we'll go and get it registered.
My name is Nawar Al-Khadim, and I am from the north side of Jamaica. Huzur, this is a question. One question in three, because there are three, when they are interlinked. The question is about surrogate motherhood. In Holy Quran, we are told that the process of birth takes place through Butuna Ummahatikum. With the advancement in biogenetics, it is possible to implant one woman's egg in the other woman's womb who will give birth to the child. Now the problem is, in the light of Holy Quran's verse, who is the mother? The one who contributed the egg, or the one who gave birth to the child? Second question is,
You asked only one question when you came here.
no one.
Only asked one question when you came here. And I generally understand what you're saying because you told me while before leaving. The next I will not understand anyway. So about the surrogate mother, the simple principle involved is this, that Islam emphasizes the role of discipline in the process of birth. And that is the meaning of the institution of marriage. And the responsibilities are very clear-cut in case of marriage. But when there is confusion regarding other participants in the process of birth, then the entire institution of a responsible system would be destroyed. And that is the reason why surrogate mother question has raised so many legal questions in the United States, and it is still a hotly debated subject. I inquired about the role of the surrogate mother, and doctors, scientists who knew the subject well, they informed me that it is not just the ovum which supplies the characters, but also throughout pregnancy, the uterus plays an important role in imparting certain characters to the embryo. So as such, the identity of the mother will become confused, and the legal issues will always remain debated, and that is against the principle of Islam, which wants to lay clear-cut responsibilities so that there is no confusion about rights and obligations. Understand? The second question you have to come here and ask, and then return to the microphone and ask the question from there. Because from there, the voice is so blurred that it doesn't reach here clearly. Unless they set the loudspeaker right again, it will be difficult for me to understand questions from that microphone. Achha, okay.
Third question is, because Muslims are allowed to have more than one wife, this confusion is not created. But what about those Muslims who are living in countries where they are not allowed to have more than one wife?
No, they can. There is no such country to my knowledge where they do not permit to have more than one wife. Legal wife, yes, but illegal wife you can have hundreds. There is no problem. You see, a Muslim can take the posture that this woman, according to you, is not a wife. All right, call her a mistress. But in the sight of my God, she is a wife. No problem. Thank you. Any other questions, please? Yes? तो जी वो ठीक नहीं हुआ अभी माइक्रोफोन आपका? हैं? हो गया? All right. नहीं हुआ? वो कहता हो गया तो नहीं हुआ? हैं? अच्छा अच्छा. No, but there's 2-3 questioners here at one time.
So they're repairing.
They're repairing, actually. No. Share this microphone with me. Come here. Speak into it. This way.
We all Muslims know the importance of black stone, Hajar Aswad. And my question is, it is simple stone. Why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave kiss or bosa to that stone?
Do you never give bosa to any simple thing? Has a thing to be very complex for you to give bosa? Huh? Tell me your principle of your giving bosas first. Come on.
The affection and love we have, even we give bosa when we...
Affection and love.
Yeah.
But is that affection only for complex things, never for simple things?
Again, there is
What is
history.
the principle of that affection?
There may be history as we give bosa to your ring, because
Then there is simple ring.
yeah, but we have
Why?
because it belongs to the holy fact.
So if any stone belongs to a holy place where Allah is worshipped, and